What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Goat Rope Garage live show in tune Thursday night, 8 Eastern. You guys know what time it is. It is time to talk about tuning. It is time to get down in the nitty gritty, have conversations about performance, modifications, tuning, all that fun stuff on the internet's #1 live tuning show. Welcome, everybody. We've got a crowd starting to build up already. Good to see the familiar faces that are here already. Thanks for the people that joined up early. And yeah, it's been a busy week, and there's a lot of content coming out here soon. I started the process of tuning the Super Auto the other day, and then had to jerk the supercharger out today because it was leaking oil, which means that we're on hold, but I've got a couple videos to put out, so by the time I get it fixed, you guys won't know the difference. So all the parts to fix it should be in like Tuesday, but yeah, sucks, but at least I caught it before it gutted itself all over the floor and died. So rock and roll. A little bit tired. I'll admit it. I did find out, and you'll see in the video, I was having an issue with the secondary injection not coming on, and I finally got that sorted out, and craziness. There's a lot going on. Really cool stuff, though. So I'm excited to edit the videos. What is going on? Banker, you go to the website, goatropegarage.com, and look for there's a t-shirt link to all of our shirts. Still waiting. They're running a little bit slow. I've got a lot of shirts on order to show up. Some for me, some for some winners in the past, things like that. Hopefully they show up here soon. Yeah. So what's everybody up to? What's going on, everybody? It's good to see all you familiar faces. I actually, I put the truck back into naturally aspirated mode today and took it over and swapped it out for the Cadillac. So I've got the Cadillac right now because I'm going to the drag strip Saturday. I will not be running, but Justin will be doing some stuff on the motorcycle. How'd you do, Super Slow? How'd you do at the track? Moto starts SD tuning. Throttle body issues with X-Link and Snake Eater 92s. Steve, our track is not open. Our track is, they are renting spots. So, welcome, Jay Thompson. Yeah, they're renting spots over the weekend, so there's no more than 10 cars allowed in at a time, and I think you get 4 hours, and only 2 people per car are allowed, so, or whatever it is. So I'm going with Justin to help tune his bike, because he's got a new nitrous bike build that we have not sent down the track yet. So we're going to go out and try and get some data, and then based on the data, we're going to open up the bottle and shoot some nitrous, and we'll shoot some video. I'll get some video out. Maybe I'll even live stream some of it. Driver and 3 crew members. That's a lot better. We can't even take a second car. Like I have to drive over and get in with Justin and ride with him. I can't even meet him at the track. What is the X-Link? What is this X-Link that you all are talking about? Yeah, that just doesn't work. It's a start. At least we're getting onto the track this year. X-Link works with stock throttle. Is it just a throttle body or a pedal accelerator or something? What is this? X-Link throttle adapter module. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. So you can run different throttle bodies on different year vehicles. Gotcha. Gotcha. 3-bolt to 4-bolt drive-by-wire controller. Good to know. I just ordered a Bench Force power block bench programming kit. Doobie-doo here. Banker, that is, it's official. I'm a member. I don't run it. John runs it. John's in here right now. But it is the official Goat Rope Garage Facebook group. So I am anxious to check out this Bench Force bench programming unit. And then it comes with, I mean, it's all overpriced. But there's a specific ECM that I've been working on that I've had no luck with. So I'm going to try it. No, I'm just thinking a lot. Awesome tweet. Hey, Tyler. So Kyle, what do you recommend for smoothing the VVE table? Patience. You just have to dig into it and slowly but surely try again, fail, try again. It sucks. Trust me. There's a lot of times I'll get to this point and then I'll stop and go back like 4 or 5 tunes because it starts getting out of hand. And once it gets out of hand, it's just almost impossible to wrangle back in. So it happens, though. It happens. Uh-oh. Tapping like a sewing machine to knocking like a jackhammer. No fun. Yeah, if you're 15 to 20% rich, shift the whole thing down like 12, 13%. Get if the whole thing is red or green, shift the whole thing and then start to make adjustments. Yes, Chevy for life. Can I like this? I can put you in timeout for that. Chevy for life. I put 42 degrees of timing in my car and now it makes funny noises. Dude, Tweak, I should have taken off tomorrow myself. How do I figure out if I have false knock or real knock? Jim White, good question. This is something that everybody runs into eventually. The easiest way, and not necessarily, there's multiple ways to attack it. I like to go into the zone where you have false knock and see how much knock you got. If you got 5 degrees of knock, go in, take 4 out, log again. If you have 5 degrees of knock, take another 2 out. If you have 5 degrees of knock, you got false knock. So, headphones what? There's Mike. What's going on? Tug Hill's here. So I'm going from stock 24-pound injectors to 50s other than redoing my VE tables. You may not even have to redo your VE table, Brandon. You need to update your injector flow rate tables, but that math will offset everything. Because your volumetric efficiency table is assuming this is how much air the engine's breathing and it knows how much your injectors flow. And so it commands the duty cycle or pulse width to match the amount of fuel that you need for the air that you're breathing. Whenever you increase your injector size, it knows, hey, these injectors are bigger. We don't have to pulse them as much. The tips are missing off the spark plugs is not false knock. If it is false knock, then what do you do for it to not show up? You start to slowly turn it down till it goes away. Turn down your sensitivity. on your knock sensors. What's up with the Plex sensor? You can detect knock. Yeah, the Plex sensor is very nice, but very expensive. Yeah, the math will carry over. Basically, Jim, 10% is a good place to start. Bump it up 10% at a time on the sensitivity per cylinder. Headers definitely are often an issue of causing false knock. Hey, Hillary. Welcome back. See a lot of false knock from headers. I'm looking for a harness set up for the K20s. Have you guys seen the K20 stuff? Yes, no, yes, no. What if you can't get the thing to knock? Your knock sensors are bad. Chris, it is goatropegarage.com to buy the preloaded outlays for the Gen 3. I did notice that I mislabeled some of them as pressure ratio that are actually MAP. Sorry about that. I need to update those download files. But they still work. It's just the names are wrong. No, it doesn't hurt to desensitize and leave them desensitized. Just don't overdo it. So I'm installing long tubes and a wide pipe on a 2012 Silverado 5.3 stock. Aside from that, what really needs to be adjusted... what really needs to be adjusted, you go in and look at your long-term fuel trims and see how lean you're running with those. That'll give you an indication whether or not you really need to adjust. Paul, yeah, the truck was running, as I said earlier. I had to pull the supercharger out because it has a leak, and so I've got a new gasket or seal on the way for the supercharger. But I got a couple videos in the bag that I am editing that will come out here in the next couple days of doing MAF, idle and low speed tuning, and then we go into MAF part 2, what happens whenever the thing goes into limp mode and leaves you stranded on the side of the road. So that's a fun video. John, just got my HP tuners. Any tips for a 2008 GMC Sierra Work Truck 5.3? Research, research, research. Yeah, I had the laptop with me. Yeah, this was kind of like the smoke bomb video. Except I didn't have anywhere to pull over and it straight shut down. So I had to like pull half onto his shoulder and throw the flashers on, and like I was backing traffic up, and I think people were mad at me, and I'm just over here. Well, we need to disable this code because it was a correlation code between mass airflow, because the way that it's set up right now, it sees a lot of airflow down low. But on top of it, I was having an issue with some reversion because the bypass valve is a little bit too close to the MAF sensor, so I need to move the MAF sensor further away. On Project Country Club on the juice, 0.85, maybe 0.87. Has boost creep on the dyno a while back. Didn't have it before. The only thing I changed was the Stage 4 BTR truck cam to the Stage 2. Changing from a Stage 4 to a Stage 2, I wouldn't think that would cause boost creep necessarily. Are you sure you're just not seeing more boost because you're not flowing more through the heads with the Stage 2 cam? Unleaded race fuel or boostane, if you have false knock, that's a good way. You know, bump your octane to see if it goes away. That's the other way of doing it. Lower your timing or bump your octane. I'm having to use the Lincoln filter 58 to 24 on my new engine, having some random misfires. No, I have not, Christopher, but I would not be surprised to hear that. Whenever you are taking a 58X signal and converting it to something else, random misfires is probably something that could happen. We're going to run it even if there is rain. Put your rain tires on, Justin. Did you get your clutch adjusted? Getting a spike and knock retarded want to go wide open throttle at 40 or whatever. Normal. Jim, are you boosted? Geo, the thing about it is you want to run a little bit richer on nitrous, but you don't want to run as rich as you would on boosted. Running that rich on nitrous is actually detrimental to the way that nitrous works. Have you ever heard of anyone routing their blow-off valves downstream back into their exhaust? Why would you necessarily want to do that? I haven't started the raffle yet. Yeah, Jim, what's happening is you probably have too much timing in that transitional zone when you're getting on it, and so it's not used to seeing all that extra cylinder pressure. So you might need to adjust your timing in that area. Yeah, wing that drag bike down there in the rain. It'll be fun. Sound what? Is my sound messed up tonight? Oh, so you get a whoosh out of the tailpipe. Okay. You have a delay. I don't have a delay. You have a delay. It's a Hayabusa. I mean, it's based on a Hayabusa. It's long ways away from being a Hayabusa. Yeah, if you're running stock timing from an LS2, you got way too much timing in boost then, Jim. 325 Sonoma. Has anyone ever seen a stock tune file for an LS where cylinder 1 doesn't fire cylinder 1? The entire firing order is shifted to the right. I've never heard of that. What is all this noise? Yeah, right. Check your plug wire routing. Are you you staggering on the wrong direction and then sweeping number 8 all the way over to number 1? Did take an FDR7 out today for lunch with an LS2 twin turbo running E85 16 PSI. That's scary. Those cars are tail happy too. So, interesting thing that I found out. For anybody that's ever thinking about running a Mega Squirt, your warm-up enrichment table, if you don't set that thing to 100%, you can't control your injectors. Especially in fuel mode. I mean, it makes sense if you were using a Mega Squirt to run your whole engine. But I went through and all like the acceleration enrichment stuff like that. I just did away with it because I don't care about acceleration enrichment. It's all, beside the point. So I couldn't figure it out. I finally got the thing to command. Like I was putting huge numbers in the VE table. Finally got command at like 0.6 milliseconds. Yeah, raffle's going. Couldn't figure it out. And finally, I saw that table. It's like, must hit 100% at operating temperature. Of course, I'm not bringing a temperature in, so I just flatlined it to 100%, and I went back in there, and I threw like 30% in on the VE table, even though it's not technically it's okay. It is. People say that the Megasquirt tables are not a percentage of VE, but they are. It's just that the way that they calculate VE is a little bit weird. But nonetheless, I went in threw 30% in there and set off all the carbon monoxide detectors in the house, even though I was parked outside. So you say we got a little rich. Hey, PCM Cobra, good to see you again, brother. It's been a while. Ah, good. Get them traction bars going. What up, Greg? Yeah, E38s are nice. I think those are what a lot of the Gen 3 guys end up swapping to if they're going to swap out of the Gen 3 stuff. Fairly cheap swap too, isn't it? I hear my wife downstairs singing. It's cracking me up. What's the difference between the E90 and the E92? Ah, I see. Okay. Sorry, I got off topic here. Where'd that go? E90. Where's the E92 at? Where'd you go, E92? I just saw it. Where's the E92? E86, E6, E54, E92. Looks like the E92. Looks like the E92 is the L83, L86, and then the E90 is the L82, L84. Okay. Sorry. Showing you how to turn off knock sensors. Hell, I don't know. There's probably a drop-down box for turning off the knock sensors. Malware R7, it's been a long time since I've used WinOLS. Yes, I know, Brandon, the difference is it too. Geo still got that flare up on startup. Man, we need to look back into that. P59s? Yeah, P59s can run an ethanol sensor. Christopher, somebody on here probably has better information on where the E38 conversion kits are at than me. How do I find the VVT limits on cam angles? Just max out on the table and log as far as it'll go. What do you mean, Josh? Scott, what wideband are you using? Geo, I don't know. You'll have to check. There might be one spot open. Hey, Donnie. Yeah, like James Taylor said, unplug the knock sensors, delete the codes. Having a super rich hot start. there's a startup enrichment table on about all of them that is based off engine coolant temp. Look for that. Lower it down. Normally, once you get above 160, it's already just flatlined to 100%. PCM Cobra, I was distracted. I didn't see what you're saying. My take on exhaust size. 3-inch. There you go. Unless you're on a 4-cylinder, then don't do 3-inch. On the map. Scott, are you using any transforms on your wideband? Because make sure that your transform is set up as lambda or AFR, because you can transform it and then not have units attached to it, and then it won't read into the tables. So whenever you transform it, if you have to do the divide by 10, make sure that whenever it's all said and done, that in the lower right-hand corner of the transform in the drop-down box, it says lambda or AFR. If it doesn't, you're transforming the wrong parameter. Look through your list in the scanner for the transform and find the oxygen sensor transforms. I mean, I don't think that you can put in any angles beyond what it'll allow you to run. Retard it all the way, see what happens. How does the 4-link ride and handle? It rides and handles amazing. It's just noisy. Rides like a dream. Doesn't ride like a pickup truck. Triple time on Mondays. No beers tonight. It's a work night. I gotta go to the office first thing in the morning and do some invoices. No beers tonight. And I'm exhausted. I'm going straight to bed after this. I just wish I hadn't used solid links on all the 4 corners. No, I've not messed with the sniper. Only the Terminator. That's a good question, Tweak and Tune. What exactly do I do? Yeah, basically. Christopher, the easiest way is if you have your narrowband still in, pop your narrowbands back on, let those things learn, because they'll learn your trims to stoic, and then your wideband should be showing the same. Yeah, I don't even know if you'd need to take 10 degrees out. I would at least take probably 6 degrees out in that area, Jim, that you're having issues. DZ probably needs to be 2.0 port. Nice. My phone is what's causing the distortion sound. That's because it's vibrating. Got business always. Always got business. Right? I'll check it out, James. Yeah, I want to say the 3.0 port might work on my laptop, but on my previous laptop, the 3.0 port didn't seem to work for my AEM. Yeah, I had to restart my laptop yesterday in the middle of tuning because, in fact, it was because I plugged the Snow Methanol controller in, and whenever it did that, for some reason, it threw my COM ports off, and everything was happy. Curious why you say when tuning Gen 3V to also put it in open loop instead of using the O2s, because the O2s are narrow bands. They're not good in power enrichment where you're making power, so the factory O2s are worthless except for at idle and cruising. If you tune with the factory narrow bands, you're going to tune your vehicle to destruction. Unfortunately, I'm too busy answering my phone and answering emails at all times. What's going on, Ross? Yeah, yeah. Generally, if you hook up, you're good. Once you unhook, you're in trouble. And most can tunes are going to be super rich because they don't know what all is going on with your vehicle and they just ballpark it and make everything rich. Shape for Life, how's the job going? Yeah, it's going good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Yeah, Jim, that's what I'm here for, man. Help you guys out. Help you help me. Putting the engine back in the Goblin. That's the truth, man. These new laptops with solid state drives on it restart in about 30 seconds or less. So, oh, I'm sure, Donnie. You gotta watch the email tunes. Whenever I do an email tune, it takes weeks to give you an idea. It takes weeks to get it done. Togio wants to know if anyone is running the TBSS on the Gen 4 6-liter. I don't know if there's somebody in here, but there's plenty of people that are somewhere. Yes, you're correct, Steve. The stock LQ4, I guess you could use the stock O2 sensors to tune since it has no power enrichment. That's right, super slow. Can't warm the truck up while I wait for it to restart. It's good stuff. Good stuff. You ever saw a boosted tune that starts out at, say, 40 degrees and it retards back to 12? I mean, yeah, that's not crazy to have 40 degrees, but you're probably going to have 40 degrees in off throttle at the bottom of the table, technically the top. You're not going to be able to get into 40 degrees and boost. If you can, you have an issue. There you go. Steve says I have TBSS on stock LQ4 with a 92mm throttle body. Big difference. There's your answer. I don't think you can go wrong with that. Ha ha ha. Yeah, gotta love that. What do you mean, doesn't the LT get carried on to PE? Man, you guys are all over the place tonight. Oh, the fuel trims? Yeah, they can influence the PE table. Well, I mean, it's not a PE table, but you're right that they can carry on certain platforms. Still not the proper way of tuning, though. When I'm tuning MAF only, should PE be on or off? Should be on. PE should always be on. Don't turn PE off. Never. Never. Never turn PE off. Ever. Thank you. PE shows up in commanding 12.5 under, unless you're running a stock LQ4. Probably a good idea, Jim. You're right, Moto. Yeah, MAF tuning can go very quick on easy. There's some that I've done that's taken 10, 15 MAF pulls to get things dialed in, but generally it's with fairly heavily modified cars that might have a lot of air turbulence around the mass airflow sensor. On all the tunes you do, does it make sense for a lower gear ratio not want as much timing? I mean, you're going to handle torque differently, but you're still going to be wanting to tune. Your gear ratio shouldn't necessarily affect your max power. How can you turn off that loud cold start? Were you just talking about where it revs up on cold start? First channel on HP2 Pro, I'm using transform oxygen sensor ZQ ratio. That should work then, Scott. Make sure that it's showing lambda in the drop-down box as your units. Don't we all, Mark? What do you need help with on the L83 platform? I've been having some issues on mine, as I said earlier, because the MAF sensor is too close to my bypass valve. Dial back your... there's a decay, an enrichment decay for startup. Try dialing it back. SD tuning is the worst. That's what gets you. That's what gets you. Have I tuned any Mopars? Nope. We're going to get into Mopars, though. I promise you. Yeah, we've lost some frames. Here, I'll adjust the bitrate, see if that helps. Doop de doop doop doo. Okay, slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. There we go. Yeah, I was reading about them having canted valves the other day, Josh. Heard there's not a lot of improvement to be made on the L83 heads. My phone's just going crazy tonight. Heads, yeah, there you go. Justin, you head for the big motor shipping out, so you got the rings in. Yeah, Scott, try and log now. It should read in. Okay. Yep. We're going to go ahead and pick our winner here. James Taylor, you are the winner. James Taylor, go ahead, email me. And I'm going to go ahead and shut down early tonight because I am dragging, guys. I apologize. So I'm going to knock off here a little bit early. Get some sleep because I got a lot to do this weekend. But I will be back next Thursday. And keep your eyes peeled because I said maybe we can do some live streaming from the track this weekend while Justin's making some pulls. But that being said, James, email me for your merch pack. You guys know the drill. ABT. Always be tuning. Everybody have a good night.